I'm Nancy Goslee. I'll be presenting Percival Everett's book, James, the first Thursday of October. Percival Everett's novel, James, was published in 2024, and it won the National Book Award that year. It rewrites Huck Finn, but it's a very different rewriting from Barbara Kinsolver's novel, Demon Copperhead, because she locates characters from the 19th century Britain into 20th century and 21st century Southern Appalachia. Everett, instead, keeps his novel in its own troubled place and time, which is just before the Civil War along the Mississippi, and begins in a slave state. It also uses Twain's central pair of runaways. Although Huck Finn, you may remember, has a sort of relatively pleasant life, he decides to run away when his abusive drunk father returns to town and claims him. At the same time, a slave in an adjoining household hears that his mistress may sell him, and that way means he has to go probably down to the south to the cotton plantations. So they both run away. They steal a boat, and they plan to take Jim, as you may remember if you've read Mark Twain, down to the Ohio and then turn up the Ohio, which would take them to free states. But this doesn't work because they miss the turn. So this plot holds true for both Twain and for Everett. But the difference is they both use first-person narrators, but Everett's narrator uses James or Jim as the narrator, and he is surprisingly well-read. He has managed to read books, law books, that talk about freedom and liberty, and so he has a very educated voice, which he has to hide most of the time because he will be challenged in some terrible way. In Twain's novel, Huck is the leader. In Everett's novel, James is increasingly the leader, but he has to hide this leadership from Huck as well as from everybody else. And also, Everett changes some of the episodes. When I talk about this book to the group, I will make a little sort of chart of episodes of what's similar and what's different. I guess the final point is that Everett's Jim becoming James also involves some real challenges to him to try to figure out how to make changes in society.